Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel, Eddie in Reading Land. My name is Eddie and today I'm bringing you my favorite depictions of the Strength card. Okay guys, so I think we're gonna kickstart the video and I'm hopefully not going to ramble on and on because the Strength card is my favorite card in all of tarot. Actually, that's not quite correct. The Lust card is my favorite card in all of the tarots that I have, and all of the tarots that I've seen, and all of the depictions of the Strength card. The Lust card from the Todd Tarot by Aleister Crowley and Lady Frida Harris is my favorite depiction of a card ever that has ever been done. And I will actually be making a video on that card specifically, other than this one. But today I will have three honorable mentions, and number two. I can't even count with my hand. For you guys, so I'm going to be showing you 5 cards, and then the additional Lust video that I'm going to do. But the first one that I have, the first honorable mention, is the Strength card over here from the Exile Tarot, the Awakened edition by Woe Studios. It looks like your typical representation of the Strength card. We have this woman trying to be compassionate, or not trying to be compassionate, actually being compassionate to this cyberpunk being. This is a very futuristic, very original depiction of the usual Rider-Waite-Smith depiction of the Strength card. I very much enjoy this a lot. It's a great representation. I love the blend of technology with biology that we can see here. And I love also the blend of compassion and submission that is shown here on both of these beings in the Strength card. I very much like that. And by the way, I'm drinking some chamomile tea again because for some reason my throat's still really bad from that cold that I had. Just yesterday, I had a coughing fit in the middle of the night, and I don't understand why. It was a dry sort of cough, but anyway, I digress. The combination of technology with biology has been fascinating to explore with this card. As you can see, this robotic sort of being is connected to all of these monitors here in the background. Well, I don't know if you guys can see them, but there are cables coming out of this cyberpunk being, and they are connected to the technology in the background. We even see here some sort of release that happened, a breaking of chains here. It's an imagery that I really enjoy for the Strength card. I am not very sure if this person released this techno being, or the techno being released itself, and in the process losing part of itself. We don't know. It actually it's not explored on the guidebook for the Exile Tarot, which is good. The storytelling, whatever storytelling that you want to see in this card, it's accurate, and it could be very powerful, especially for the Strength card. For me, and I think I've seen a lot of this in the Strength card. There is, when we're able to see this vulnerability in the Strength card, it just seems to make the depiction even more powerful to me. We see these two beings being vulnerable with each other, and I very much enjoy that. There is a darkness to this card that I'm able to pick up because we don't really know if this techno being is going to make it or not. They are quite alive right now, but they could not be in the next couple of moments. We don't know that. Maybe they're just hanging on by a thread. Maybe that technology is outdated, and that's what this person is doing. They're trying to make this techno being realized that they're more than just old technology, that there are a precious treasure that needs to be preserved. There's a dichotomy here between light and dark that is very precious to me. I very much like that fine line between light and darkness, and finding that gray area, even though I'm not very gray myself. I'm very black and white. And I have to admit that I am that way, and I feel like I'm doing my best to change that. But anyway, that's regardless of the point. Very much like the colors on this, they are very muted colors for the strength card, which usually we have a depiction of the strength card being much more colorful. And I enjoy that. This is my first honorable mention because it's a very original depiction of a Rider-Waite-Smith strength depiction, where we're seeing this person showing compassion or taming the beast, and the beast being vulnerable enough or being submissive enough to trust this person, to trust this person's power. So I very much enjoy this. There's also themes of fortitude in this card, which I also enjoy for the strength card. One of the virtues that I align with the strength is fortitude, and obviously also, like I mentioned, compassion. Passion as well is a good virtue or a good signifier, in my opinion, for the strength card. Obviously also strength, not only physical strength, but emotional, psychological, and spiritual strength. Again, the strength card is just very important to me, and I enjoy this depiction a lot because it is very powerful to me. I look at this image and I can come up with a lot of stories, and I can pick up on a lot of different symbolisms that are either current and old at the same time. So there's so much to pick up on this, and there's so much beauty in here. Even though this may appear to be a junkyard, and it probably is, especially the cavernous sort of background that we're seeing for this strength card, but there's also growth here. There's also greenery. So there's this old and new as well that we're seeing in this depiction. And again, I very much enjoy that. Excellent depiction of the strength card by WoW Studios, I have to say. But let's move on to the next one. My second honorable mention is the strength card from the Sean Cost Tarot, or the Any Means Necessary Tarot. I am not quite sure what the tarot is called. I like calling it the Sean Cost Tarot, but if you go to the website, it's called the Any Means Necessary Tarot, but the website it's called anymeansnecessary.com. So I am not very certain, guys. Maybe I should reach out to Sean because he's on Instagram and he does these live sometimes. So maybe I should just ask him what the name of the tarot, the accurate name of the tarot is. But okay, this depiction of the strength card is it's very much in shadow. It's very much a more sinister and I will even say negative depiction of the strength card, because we're not seeing that compassion here. We're not seeing that passion. We're not seeing that fortitude. We're actually seeing quite the opposite on the strength card on this depiction. But for some reason, I still find that this is a great strength card. Why? Honestly, guys, I don't know, but I like it way better than the previous one, the previous strength card by WoW Studios. This strength card this is the thing. For me, strength in shadow means accepting of your monster self, accepting of your beast self. And this acceptance, I'm actually able to see in this depiction of the strength card. Now, I know that we have this incredibly monstrous hyena and this very skeletal, wimpy sort of character. I was going to say woman, but at this point, I don't think this being is a woman. It's just a very weak, very what is the other word that I'm looking for? Very in shadow sort of being, right? We are seeing a lot of opposition, a lot of differences from the usual meaning of the strength card. But this is a tarot deck that it's meant to be used in shadow. And also, Sean Cause has related the tarot also to mental illness and how to work with your mental illness. Now, he hasn't released a book or a sort of guidebook on this, the Sean Cause tarot or the Any Means Necessary tarot. There wasn't really a guidebook for the tarot. So I am not sure if this strength card is meant to depict a specific mental illness, but I am not able to quite pinpoint which that would be. The whole deck is very monstrous and it's quite gray. Let's say that. Gray in color, I mean. It's definitely a monochrome deck. Definitely influenced by the Rider-Waite-Smith and the Marseille traditions of tarot, in my opinion. But again, this strength card, this acceptance of the monster resonates incredibly well with how I read the strength card in shadow. And not to mention that there's a hyena in this depiction, and I just love hyenas. Hyenas are fascinating to me. When I saw this strength card and I saw that the creature resembled a hyena, and it is a hyena, it's just monstrous. It just made me incredibly happy. This tarot, for some reason, even though it's monstrous, it's very sensitive and it's very aware of your mental state. So much so that it's almost like it's being empathetic, and it's fascinating working with the Sean Cause tarot. It's just extremely fascinating. Now, I do not use this tarot for others. I won't use it for others. It's very scary. This tarot actually scares me, let alone another person that I would be reading for. So, but back to the hyenas. There's this mania that I relate to hyenas. That I relate to hyenas, and there is this craziness as well that I relate to the strength card, especially because of the lust card by Crowley, where we're seeing this woman who's a little drunk, who's a little crazy, maybe, and that again, that resonates well with a shadow aspect of the strength card. For me, there's strength. There's a bad sort of strength in not having very good mental hygiene. Now, that doesn't mean that there's something specifically bad or wrong with mental illness. Mental illness just is. And unfortunately, we as humans and as we are now in psychology and psychotherapy and neurology and neuroscience, there isn't yet a cure for mental illness. Not that I am aware of. There's treatment for mental illness, and I think it's very important that people get that treatment when it's necessary, definitely. But this depiction of the strength card is more in that negative side, when you're not handling your mental illness or your mental hygiene in the best way. This is what this strength card is. Now, I am a person who likes to explore their shadow side. I do it often. I do it constantly. I'm in constant work. Even yesterday, I was having a conversation with my husband about how I can improve my behavior. So it's constant work, guys. And this is exactly what this strength card is transmitting to me. Even though, yes, it is very monstrous and the imagery is quite macabre. But yeah, I very much enjoy it. And that's what it is. Moving on to the next one. See, now I'm talking too much again. But this is the strength card from the Monsoon Tarot, again by WoW Studios. I don't know what is it about WoW Studios, but they have fascinating, intriguing, very, very strong depictions of tarot cards. And they do it in such a strange and different way, especially here in the Monsoon Tarot, where we're seeing this square being looking at itself in this mirror bed and looking at itself as a circle, as if wanting to be that circle. That also resonates incredibly well with the strength card for me. It's this, again, it's this acceptance. Now, this is a very surreal representation of the strength card, I have to admit, but I actually like surrealism. Dali is one of my favorite painters, and his painting of the Great Masturbator is just exquisite. I wish I would be able to see the original eventually, someday. I want to, but as in any case, the artist, I think it's just one artist for WoW Studio. Maybe there are more. I am so sorry. I'm not very sure. The tarot says just by WoW Studios. But if any of you know the artist name, please let me know so that I can actually provide their have their contribution in the description, because their depictions of the cards are very outside of the box, and they resonate with me very well. But yes, there's something about this strength card that is very powerful to me. This imagery about it speaks to me about accepting yourself, not only accepting your beast self, or the self that you carry in shadow, but also accepting the fact that, there are parts of us that we will have to carry on throughout our lives. And that doesn't mean that we're not able to change ourselves, but it also means that, there's things within us that are so us and so intrinsically us that there is no need for that change in those specific things. Now, I resonate very well as well with this strength card because there is a sort of illumination, especially happening with the candle here, and also this piece of fire over here that was left behind. So it's as if this being left behind its own passion, and it's now carrying a new one in the form of this candle. So it's about also, being strong enough to decide when to change, when to make that change, and how to make that change. Because it's all of it is constant work. I am not sure about the bed symbolism here. I equate beds with rest. Well, I think that we all do at this point. But resting and feeling comfortable. So the fact that this bed is also a mirror makes me think as well that this person is comfortable with themselves, but they actually recognize that there's change that need to be made, or that there's an acceptance here that needs to take place. And they are slowly feeling comfortable about it, or maybe they're already comfortable with it, but they're just having a little bit of trouble trying to assimilate it. So again, this speaks to me as well about that inner fortitude, the fortitude that we show ourselves, the fortitude that we reflect on others. So it works for me. This is also showing compassion. You're showing compassion to yourself. You're being compassionate to yourself, allowing yourself the time, the progress, and the process to work on yourself and develop. That's also amazing. I'm seeing all of that in this strength card, and I really appreciate it. The only thing that I will say that doesn't align very well with me is that volcano in the background. I'm not really sure if you guys can see it, but let me pull it. So you see, we have a volcano here in the background. Oh, it's not focusing. Let me see. Okay, there we go. But because volcanoes are in excess of power and energy, especially fire energy, and there is definitely fire and there is definitely that passion in the strength card, but that exaggeration of power in the strength card doesn't very much align with me. And I've been noticing that I don't like volcano imagery on tarot lately. There is a one of the kings, the King of Wands, in the Children of Letha tarot also has a volcano in the background. And even though that is the that's actually more accurate for the King of Wands to have a volcano in the background, I still feel it excessive. Probably because I know what it is to see a volcano erupt, because I'm from Costa Rica and volcanoes erupt there constantly. And so it's I don't know. I don't like it. But the only reason this is my third honorable mention is because the surreal imagery, surrealism, resonates very well with me. I like it. It's to me, it's not confusing. It's contemplative, and as much as I can get from it, that's why I stare at it. That's why I'm intrigued by it, because there are so many things to look at, and there's this distortion that happens that I really, really enjoy. It makes sense to me, even though I see the irony in it. But yeah, so let's move on to number 3. So let's see. So this is a recent addition to my favorites of the Strength card. Now, this is the Strength card from the Nameless One Tarot by the amazing, the wonderful, the talented, the very educational Sia Hunt. I am having a blast working with the Nameless One Tarot for the Imbolc season. It's been an incredible journaling experience. It's been an incredible daily draw experience. But talking about this Strength card, actually the card, it seems very bright right now, guys, but the colors are a little bit, they're dull. They're not this bright that's showing on the screen right now. I'm actually happy that it's showing this bright, because then you can actually see the detailing on the card better. But this is my third favorite representation of the Strength card, because we are literally seeing this beast, this lion, this very fiery lion, this very strong lion, asking for help of this skeletal mouse over here, because it is not able to pull this thorn out of its paw. That vulnerability there, the fact that you're asking for help, is such a picture of strength to me, because there is I don't know why, but some people don't like asking for help. And I'm not saying that you can't try it by yourself, but when you actually find out that you're not able to do it by yourself, and that vulnerability, the strength in asking for help, it's just so powerful to me. That act is very powerful. It takes a lot of your, how can I say this? It removes a lot of your ego, and it removes a lot of your persistence and your pride, when you ask for help. There is such a to me, there's such a strength in asking for help, because growing up, there wasn't that for me. It was hard asking for help when I was growing up. We never were taught about asking for help. We were actually taught to be very self-sufficient, and I am very self-sufficient. But there seemed to be this this wrong feeling about asking for help, because I'm Latino. Usually asking for help is like the last thing that you have to do. It's like the extreme, especially in Costa Rican society. I don't know. Maybe it's different from other people, and it's probably different for other Latinos too. But in my case, you were taught not to ask for help. You were taught to be independent, to the very exaggerated point, if you ask me. But I see this aid, this help, this wanting to be rid of this thorn that you're carrying, and that you know that you're not able to do yourself. So you're asking for that help from somebody who is able to do that for you. That is incredible. That is incredibly powerful. I think I can't say it enough. But this is also a very mildly shadow side of the strength card, in my opinion. Asking for help still, for me right now, is difficult. It is difficult. But I do my best to do that because, again, none of us are all powerful. None of us are alone. We are able to find that someone who is able to help us. And I believe that with my heart. And this is what I'm seeing in this strength card. Honestly, I also just love the design on this strength card. It's just so cool, so explosive. It seems volatile as well, and I very much resonate with that, especially in this lion. We are seeing this fierce looking lion over here looking at this mouse, and this mouse looking straight at the lion, probably also scared, but recognizing that the lion needs help, and not leaving and not fleeing. Mice flee. That's what they do. And this mouse, this mouse is staying here to help that lion. And again, I'm going to repeat myself again. There is also strength in helping somebody who needs help, especially if they're asking you for it. That's what's so powerful about this representation of the strength card. There is so as you guys can see, there's a sigil here for the strength card. And now I am killing myself that I don't have the sigil, but I think I can find it, guys, because the sigil is actually pretty cool. It resonates very well with me as well. So this sigil, I don't know if you guys know anything about the Nameless One Tarot, but it is supposed to be the cards don't have any names. This, you can call this a strength, you can call this power, you can call this the lion and the mouse. It's really up to you what to call this. But the sigil that you guys are seeing here is a symbol based on an affirmation. And the affirmation for this strength card for the Nameless One Tarot is I endure adversity with great fortitude. I am courageous and compassionate. I resonate very well with that statement. I can see all of those things here. I can see courage. I can see compassion. I can see strength. I can see passion. I can see that willingness to be vulnerable and accept help. And I can see also the willingness of others to aid you when you're asking for that help. So that's why this is one of my favorite representations of the strength card. Not only the design is actually quite beautiful and incredibly fiery, but it is also very symbolic and very meaningful to me. But that being said, the first or the second favorite representation of the strength card is the strength card from the Children of Letha Tarot by, again, Sia Hunt. Yes, so there seems to be a theme here of following up with the various strength cards that you guys have seen today. There's a theme of compassion. There's a theme of sympathy here. There's this theme of vulnerability. This is my second favorite depiction of the strength card because this is almost a perfect depiction of strength by my interpretation of the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot. This lion, half human creature or being or person tending to this just enormous lion, this very dangerous, enormous lion. The lion seems to be either in pain or in subservience to this being. They almost seem like they're in love, or actually not in love, but there's this love that they're both transmitting to each other. There's this sort of tangible communication that they're having right now. I don't know if you guys can see it over here, but the lion has its paw on top of this Sphinx paw, as if consoling her as well. And you can see obviously that this the human part of this being is consoling the lion as well. So there is a communication here. There's a relationship here that's happening in this strength card that is just incredibly powerful to me. Why? Because there is good merit in accepting your beast self and accepting the beast self of others. Actually, taming your beast. That's what I was going to say. There's good merit in taming the beast and seeing the beast in others and trying to tame it as well. But there's even better, or it resonates better with me when you have an acceptance of that beast instead of a taming. Acceptance is very difficult, especially it has been to me, for various reasons that I'm not going to come over here, that I'm not going to get in this video. But there's this relationship that we should have with ourselves, with the darkest part of ourselves, with the most beastly part of ourselves. And there is no wrong or right way to have that relationship. But I feel like it's a more fruitful relationship if that beast part of yourself is able to acknowledge, accept, and actually comfort that human part of yourself, and vice versa. That human part of yourself is able to accept and show compassion and show the work, the process that needs to get done in order for that beast self to be at ease. And I am seeing all of this in this representation of the strength card. The other thing that I will say is that I very much enjoy the colors on this. They're amazing. I very much enjoy them. I enjoy the fact that we're seeing a relationship here. I enjoy the fact that there's fortitude here being shown by both the lion and the Sphinx. I enjoy the fact that it definitely takes courage to confront a beast self, and it also takes courage to confront your human self. I'm also seeing this in this strength card. There's a passion here as well. They both seem so passionate about each other. Again, I see also a lot of love in this. I see communication. I see this very good relationship. Now, is this relationship perfect? No, it doesn't have to be. There is strength in knowing that you can get through issues, you can get through problems, and you are able to resolve. You are able to resolve them. I feel like this also shows some sort of help. The Sphinx is helping calm down the lion, it's helping to comfort them. It's helping. The Sphinx is helping to just show a more vulnerable side to this lion, to this beast, and I very much like that. It's one of those things that just really resonate with me. And the strength card from the Children of Litha by Siahan is definitely on the top there. And it is the top of this video. No, I mean, that's it. That's it. That is the last card that I was going to show you guys. So hopefully you like this video, but let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite strength card. It doesn't have to be from these tarots that I show you guys. It could be from other tarots. I would really like to have a conversation with you guys. But then again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you guys. Bye-bye, YouTube. What's Regina wearing? Is she dating Aaron? Regina. She gets everything. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Oh, am I filming? Oh, God.